right understanding to help others. Part 9.
Hari.
Jai Sachidanand. My question was about finding my goal in life. Do we need to seek the goal out, or will the goal find us?
No, we have to find out.
And could you elaborate a little bit on what our goals are?
Dada has mentioned in this book, we have to serve for our mankind, our mind, speech and body, give help to other people. And ultimate goal of the life is to get self-realization. Who am I? So both type, one relative and one real goal. Whatever possible, if you're not possible to realize self, then your mind, speech and body help for other. Use helping other people. That is the biggest goal. Don't hurt and help others. And if possible, if you get enlightened person and get self-realization, then progress, do effort in progress of self-realization and path of liberation. That is ultimate goal of the life of human. You understood?
Yes. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Manubhai Patel, Natwarlal.
Jai Sachidanand. I have attained Gnan and I am experiencing the peace of the self as well. But still the suffering persists within. So how should I set the understanding?
Who is feeling the suffering?
It's file 1.
Yes, keep separation. Keep watching file 1 and then check. What is the cause of the suffering? Is he suffering because he is getting less food? Or because of a lack of sleep? Or because he has to do extra work?
Even after setting the understanding, it still persists.
We should check, because it is the ego who is suffering. It is only the ego who has all the suffering. Why does the ego have to suffer? Because he may not have been able to get his own way, he may not have got enough respect, his moh may not be getting fulfilled, or he may be feeling some unhappiness. We should figure that out. If we are not able to find that, then remain separate and keep seeing. This wood is burning, it will dissolve and burn into ashes. Do you understand? And if there is some kind of lack of understanding or ignorance, then the suffering will persist. As long as we are not able to find it, the suffering will persist. And until then, we should continue to do penance. The ego is suffering and I am separate. I am the knower and seer of it. If we are able to find the cause, then it's well and good. And if we are not able to find it, then it's okay. When its time passes, it will burn into ashes, and then the suffering will stop.
Many times I feel that the suffering can also be due to our past life karma.
That could be the case. However, it is mainly due to the ignorance of the self, or the lack of understanding that we had in the past life. The ego arose due to that, and it is the ego that is suffering the unhappiness right now. Keep observing. Why is file 1 suffering? What may be the cause for that? Keep checking. And if there is some bickering at home, then the suffering increases. We can understand. Yes, it could be because of the things happening at home. By continuing this process, we will be able to find out that the son is not earning, and that is indeed the cause of the problem. Do you understand?
Yes.
Or it may be due to a health issue, or the wife. What is the cause? Observation means, if we continue to study whatever is happening, then we will be able to find out the cause someday. And once we find out the cause, the suffering can dissolve. Say if we think, I have turned off all the switches, so why is this light still on? We keep searching. Oh, the switch is behind the door, and upon pressing the switch, when the light turns off, we come to know that this was a switch for that light. Right? So we need to observe, where could the switch for that light be? Where is it located? By continuing to analyze, we will be able to find it somewhere. Similarly, we should see which tuber is big in us. Is the tuber of pride big? Is the tuber of greed big? Is the tuber of sexuality big? Is it that we want to do as per our own will? Is there any kind of moh for the family? Is there any greed for money? What is there within us? Meaning within file 1. As we keep observing file 1, we will be able to find, I have thoughts of this thing the most. Second comes this, third comes this, and fourth comes this. This stock of karma is big, so most of the suffering could be based on this. Then we should see the causes behind it. When this kind of worldly interaction happens, it affects my pride, and that is why I feel the suffering. Do you understand? In this way, we will be able to find it. If we are not able to find it, then there is another remedy for sure. The ego of file 1 has a suffering. I am separate, and file 1 is separate. We should remain in bliss. I am a pure soul. I am full of infinite bliss. I am full of infinite knowledge. We should set all that. We should do vidhi, reading, samayik, pratikraman. Say, if the joint is paining continuously, then don't we know? When I sit down, it keeps paining here. Otherwise, I am able to work the entire day. Just this part is paining. We should note that down and should remain separate from that. Similarly, the ego has some kind of pain. We are not able to recognize the cause behind it, but the ego is the one who is suffering. Keep seeing that. Do you understand?
Jai Sachidanand.
Yes, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Go ahead.
If my ultimate goal of life is to attain self-realization, then would you be able to help me in that matter?
Yes. This satsang is indeed for that purpose.
Yes.
We are certainly doing that business. We should not speak like that. We can say that this satsang is for that purpose.
The satsang is for that purpose.
Because here the discussion is mainly about that. And many people here have taken Gnan. And we have made arrangements for the ones who have not taken Gnan. In the next couple of days, we have arranged a Gnan Vidhi, and they will attain Gnan then. Dada certainly had the intention. May everyone attain this Gnan. Live your life by remaining in the knowledge of the self. Today's life is the result of the past life karma. Today, what kind of new seeds should be sown? Either to improve the seeds or to not sow any new seeds at all. That real spiritual effort is in the hands of human beings. From birth until death, there is no way out without suffering the effect of karma charged in the past life. How to improve the new, or how to not bind new karma, that real spiritual effort. So the path of doing that real spiritual effort is revealed here.
Now, the state after attaining self-realization, is that considered the state of moksha?
One attains the first stage, causal moksha. The second stage of moksha, there are two stages of moksha. The first one is causal moksha. Once one attains self-realization, the first stage of moksha begins, which is the absence of unhappiness. The second stage is when karma gets finished, when relations get cleared, when one gets free from each and every parmanu, and when one attains ultimate salvation. That is the last stage of moksha. There are only two levels of moksha. The first level of moksha begins with self-realization. Say when we board the train with a confirmed reservation, the first step is completed. When we get off the train, that will be considered as the last step. It is like that. Whereas the one who doesn't even have a ticket, can we say that he will ever reach the destination? It is like that.
Now my question is, I want to know, have you attained the experience of self-realization?
Yes, I have. With the grace of Dada Bhagwan. I have experienced it. I have experienced it, and not only me, hundreds of thousands of people like me have experienced it. Such is this Akram Vignan. It will definitely happen for you as well. That is guaranteed. You should come here. As you have already come, you will surely attain it.
I wanted to know that. That's it. I definitely want to attain this. My ultimate goal in life is to attain self-realization. And I hope you will be able to help me in this matter.
Just because someone is given admission in a medical college, he is not considered a doctor. He has to attend the college for 5 years and 300 days per year.
Okay.
Here, we are not talking about days, we're talking about hours. This experiment of Gnan is for 2 hours, and then spend 300 hours in a year for this satsang. So you need to spend 12 to 13 days, not more than that. The remaining 350 days are certainly there to live your life and finish your karma, but stay in touch with satsang to this extent. Do you understand? You should stay in touch because this Gnan has been attained through grace, and the Prakriti has been bound through the ignorance of the self. So you'll get the understanding of how to recognize it, how to keep separation from it, and how to clear it through this satsang. You will certainly get that only in this satsang. Therefore, when you come here, you will get the next link.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Shall we talk about Samaik? Then it's okay. Otherwise, you all will say, we have come here to relax, but on the contrary, our tension has increased. Let's talk a bit on Samaik. We will not do a difficult Samaik, but we will, with regards to money, if we were dishonest or immoral or cheated in some way, the women will say, we're not doing business, so how would we do such things? But we may have done such things with our husbands regarding money. Some kind of dishonesty, some kind of immorality. No doubt, we are charging fees for the know-how of whatever business we are doing or for the knowledge that we have. We are not stopping that. However, we do some kind of trickery or use less material and charge more money, or do less work and charge more money. The business owners certainly engage in such kind of dishonesty. So let's see that in Samaik today, where we have made such kinds of mistakes in our business or in our worldly interactions of money. They may happen. They must have been done for sure. Everyone does so. I have so as well. If we are trapped, then we end up telling lies to get free. Later we come to know that we have committed such an offense. The kashai called greed is such that it makes us blind and makes us do wrong things. The greed for money. So we end up doing wrong things due to greed. And in that, we end up being immoral or dishonest. We tell lies. Sir, this is very expensive. How can I afford to lower the rate more than this? Actually, it may not even be half the price, and we have charged him twice the amount of money. This is because the necessity, the price is based on the scarcity. If there is scarcity, or we have a monopoly, or the goods are not available in the market, then we charge twice or thrice the amount of money and take advantage of the customer. The intellect shows all such things, and due to intense greed or greed, we end up doing such things. So we will see all these things in Samaik. Where have we made mistakes with regards to money? Even women do it at home. She buys 1200 rupees worth of stuff, and at home she says, I spent 1500 rupees. She puts the 300 rupees on the side and accumulates it. Some women do it. We should see in Samaik if we have done it. The mind is a result of whatever we have done in our past life. It is filled with intense greed and greed. So when money is saved, we feel happy. Good, it was saved. It will be helpful in the future. What will she say? When he needs it, I will give it to him. It's not like I'm using it for myself. She thinks, I'm not doing it for myself, but she still accumulates it for sure. So such accumulation takes place in small forms in the home and in the business as well. So it takes place in two ways. The one who has worldly interactions at home should see it in that way, and the business owner should see it in that way. Somewhere or the other, we may have made some kinds of mistakes with regards to money in our lives. We may hope that we will earn this much. For instance, we may have taken money on loan, and if we are not able to earn, then we keep telling lies to the other person. It is like this, it is like that. When I have the money, I will give it to you. So check what happens with regards to money and where. If he owns a shop, then he may end up adulterating the goods, which is dishonesty. For the people working jobs, they work only for a few hours and slack off for the rest of the time. He works for 4 to 6 hours and takes some time out for his own benefit. Or he does something else, or he slacks off for 2 hours. People in the office think that he has gone out for office-related work, but he has gone home. So if we are being dishonest in some way or the other, then we should check it. Furthermore, we may have committed deceit while shopping too. We take 2 items but pay for only 1. If we get a chance somewhere, then we do not refrain from committing deceit for money. The inner tendency is like that. One cannot remain 100% pure in this current era of the time cycle. If he tries to remain pure, then people will teach him, hey, you should indeed take it. There is no need to tell anyone. We feel, I made a mistake, I should have taken it. In this way, we may have spoiled our intent. So we will see that in our job, or in our business, or at our home, or in worldly interactions with our friends. Didn't that person say he used to take money from his parents by lying to them and help his friend? others feel he is a very kind person. No, he takes pride in that. The friend will say, my friend is very nice. He helps me even in the middle of the night. So he indulges in the pleasure arising from doership. So he committed an offense with his parents, and he took pride with his friend. So he committed another offense. He did wrong, and he took pride in that. So that is another offense. Such kinds of subtle kashai keep working in the worldly interactions of money. We will especially see this in Samayik. This happens in a bank as well. If the teller makes a mistake, the manager won't tell anyone. He will bring that money home and use it. Why is that? Because he takes advantage of someone else's mistake. Therefore, somewhere or the other, the offenses with regards to money keep happening. If one has to bring something for someone else, then he charges 3,500 rupees, whereas the original price is 3,000 rupees. So he pockets 500 rupees. He will say, I will use it for charity. No, you actually committed an offense. So in this way, somewhere or the other, we end up doing such wrong things. Now we are clearing the mind through Jnana. No, never in life. Because the body does not belong to us, the house does not belong to us, but we accumulate things for that which doesn't belong to us, and that too by committing an offense, by being dishonest, by being immoral, by doing corruption, by doing misconduct, by spoiling our intent, through deceit, through intense greed or greed. First is the offense of kashai. Second, we did everything for that which doesn't belong to us. So the effort was made in vain to help others. But to one's own detriment, we ended up committing an offense. What remained in our share? One accumulates money and then leaves it as inheritance for his son. Whatever happens is a different thing, but the offense that is committed, the offense of kashai, the offense of greed, the offense of fraud, the offense of betrayal, moreover, we earned money through our skill and then we used it for our luxury or to have fun. We should see how it was used and also see what we had done, but we want to roast the seed. Wherever we went on the wrong path due to a lack of understanding, we should wash all that. Let's remain awake and alert. Ultimately, we'll have to clear the worldly interactions of money someday or the other. Because money is considered the 11th life force. If the other person comes to know that he has been cheated, then he feels very hurt. He feels a lot of suffering. He will never trust us again. This person is a fraud. He is a liar. He cheated me. So in this way, if we have hurt someone through the worldly interactions of money, the other person may not know about it. He may not be as smart, so he ends up getting cheated. We cheat him with our powerful intellect and shrewdness. Ultimately, we are committing an offense of nature for sure. So we will study it. At whatever level it was done, whether it was done in small proportions or big proportions. We will keep the awareness of separation, do pratikraman, and decide not to repeat that mistake. Why do we have a scarcity of money in this life? Why did we have to commit such offenses? Because we have committed offenses in the past life. Otherwise, money, if one has a pure, heartfelt intention, and if he practices morality and honesty, then the money will keep flowing on its own. But he has committed offenses, so the money gets obstructed in the next life. The more it gets obstructed, the more offenses he commits. The more offenses he commits, the more liability he incurs, and the more money that gets obstructed. Now, naturally it won't come to us as new. It will be cleared up and washed off. And as a byproduct of our real spiritual effort as a self, money, the happiness of the worldly life, peace, property, and material happiness will keep coming free of cost. It will come in excess. However, it is worth washing all these, the offenses of money. Everyone must have done some, right? Even women work here, and they also help in the business, don't they? They help in the store as well. We know our own offenses. Other people may know it or may not, but we internally know. I did the wrong thing. I was dishonest. I was immoral and dishonest. Or I hid the money. Or I charged more money. If the other person forgets to take the money, then we don't give it back. We must have made some kinds of mistakes. If we had gone to buy something, and if the shopkeeper gave us 2 dozen by mistake, then we pay for 1 dozen and bring 2 dozen back home. So all these, we become happy from within. He didn't realize it, and I took it. He gave it to me. I didn't ask him for it. He put it in the bag, so I took it. But we don't have the intention or the inclination to give it back. Here there's a policy where you can use a product and return it for free within a month. Some people use it and then return it. He'll say, I wanted to do video recording, so I bought the machine, made 150 copies, and then returned it, and got all my money back. It is not worth learning by listening to all these things, okay? Some people will say, oh, we can do such things? We didn't even know it. It is not for the purpose of doing it, but we end up committing such kinds of offenses. We don't know that we are indeed using our own bank balance. In this bank balance of nature, we are certainly enjoying our own. There is no such thing as a freebie in this world at all. We are indeed enjoying our own merit karma, and if we enjoy it by harming others, then we are surely suffering a loss. Ultimately, we will have to understand this science for sure. Today we will not discuss that matter, but see where we have made mistakes with regards to money. In the school, in the college, in the business, in the job, or with relatives. We may even have quarreled with the caterers. You charged more money, you are like this, you are like that. Ultimately, we quarrel like this and then settle the transaction by giving him less money. We become happy from within. Ultimately, I straightened him up. He was asking for 2,000 rupees and I settled the matter by giving him 1,200 rupees. Hey, you did it by quarreling. Why do we quarrel? To save money. To do it for saving money is itself greed, is itself intense greed, and the cause for kashai. Just see where we have done such things. We must have done it somewhere or the other for sure. Let's do the vidhi. Repeat after me. O Dada Bhagwan, O Lord Simandar Swami, with the pure applied awareness as the self, during incidents in my life, whatever mistakes I have made with regards to money, if I have cheated someone through intense greed or greed, if I have committed offenses through dishonesty or immorality, give me the strength to see all those incidents in Samayik, while keeping the awareness of separation. Give me the strength to see in Samayik. I surrender my mind, speech, and body, all illusions related to my name, bhav karma, dravya karma, no karma, at the lotus feet of Dada Bhagwan. Jai Sachidanand.